Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So, pretty much where we are right now, America is not so much in a great place right now. And it's not even good. The, ads from the White House are so out of control. The mail that you get about the election is out of control because, according to Donald Trump's mind, the Democrats are, in his view, trying to take over and destroy America. When he's a really, really big narcissist and doesn't realize that he himself is destroying and dividing America at this point. So, yeah, that's the one thing Donald Trump refuses to actually recognize at this point. Because he's so in love with himself that he refuses to recognize that he is dividing and corrupting America. But let's not forget that he is, he's a racist. Let me just, go ahead and, just say one thing that I recall that pretty much a lot of you should call, and that should be to send these congresswomen back to their home country. He got his supporters to chant on this, and, yeah, anybody that's a supporter to Donald Trump is, the odds of them being racist are very high. And, really, what it really does is it just, it's dividing America. And, it's not helping the country with, restoring peace to the United States. I mean, we've got policemen killing people of color. We've got, people can't get into the job, get into certain jobs because of their background and what culture they're from. That stuff. This is how divided and corrupted America is. And also, we're getting some racial negativity on, black women. That stuff. This is how corrupted and divided America is. And I hope that this does not come to this, but at some point, we're going to go back into, like, a civil war period. That just wouldn't look, very good at this point. So, pretty much, what Donald Trump is doing with his team on these ads that are, like, so out of control is making the Democrats look like they're in support of division and corruption. That is the complete opposite. Because this is not what the Democrats want. The Democrats don't want destruction and division of the United States. That is his own thinking, and this is what he wants. The only thing he cares about is seeking re-election and making himself look like he's a hero by calling out the Democrats then that they support this division and corruption. That's the big thing that people need to realize here. Donald Trump is not your heroic president that you depict him to actually be. And back in 2016, you may not have realized it at this point, but Donald J. Trump, whom you all voted for, you people just don't even seem to care about how divided and corrupted that this nation is. I mean, that's the bottom line. And if you want to seek and re-elect Donald Trump in 2020, this year, of November 3rd, yeah, that's just going to tell me and everybody else that you want to see America divided and corrupted again. And that, well, that's your problem. If you get killed on the street by a cop because of your race and that stuff, don't be shocked to figure out that you voted for the wrong president, that you just expect that he will make everything better and, completely just stop this. Like, completely stop everything. Well, you're in the wrong of electing this president. I just have to be honest. Now, the Democrats, Joe Biden knows that the coronavirus is a very serious issue, that division and corruption is a very serious issue here in the United States, and we need somebody that is going to, take action, regardless of their party, whether they're Democrat or Republican. If a nation is in a serious crisis, they want a leader that's going to help them with recovery of their nation. And let's be honest, Joe Biden would be perfect for trying to help the nation recover, regardless of whether Democrats raise taxes. What are all the stuff that Democrats do that has nothing to do with division of and corruption? If a certain party does, whatever a party does during the presidency, that has nothing to do with division and corruption. Yeah, the Democrats are going to raise taxes. Yeah, of course the Democrats are going to do stuff that, adults and employers are not going to like. Yeah, but when it comes to division and corruption of a nation, that's not a political party issue. That's a national crisis issue. And it has nothing to do with being Republican or Democrat. Trump is Republican. Joe Biden's a Democrat. But the problem with Donald Trump is he's too narcissist enough to actually realize that division and corruption it's just really going to destroy this nation founded by Christopher Columbus. Now, if Obama were in office, and Obama knew that this crisis was going to happen, then Obama wouldn't, sit back and twiddle his thumbs and say, oh wow, I'll just sit back and watch this corruption happen. Yeah, after the death of George Floyd, now all the opposite races are now starting to fit each other and stuff. Not my problem. Not my problem. If these people go out there and protest and get themselves killed and that stuff, well, that's their problem. That's their problem. And if they are black and they get themselves killed by, people that are, or policemen that are white and that stuff, well, then that's their problem. That stuff. I don't even have to do anything. No, Obama wouldn't sit back and just, watch all the fireworks fly. Joe Biden would not do the same either. And now, an idiot like Donald Trump would sit back and watch the fireworks fly because he wants corruption and division in this nation. So, both Democrats and Republicans are not in favor of division and corruption. Regardless of how many times that the White House ads are so out of control, just remember, the Democrats do not want to see division and corruption of this nation. Joe Biden is more fit for the job because Joe Biden is not narcissist. Like most Trump supporters will probably think he is. That is not a fact. That is a lie. Joe Biden is not narcissist. Joe Biden will not destroy America, regardless of raising the taxes. Or, doing whatever that the people don't like what an average Democrat would do. I mean, I'm gonna say a Republican is actually, better off at being president so that the people can get their, take more money from their paychecks and, abolish abortion and, keep all this stuff that, people find disgusting and that stuff. I see. That's my opinion of, of Republicans. Yeah, Democrats are gonna do whatever that they feel and what they please, that stuff. But, I mean, if abortion is, back in this country when Joe Biden's elected and that stuff, well, then there's obviously nothing you can do about it. Until another Republican, other than Donald Trump, gets elected, after Joe Biden has some time in office, then that's what it's going to be. But we're going to do our best as a nation to actually kick this guy out of the White House because Donald J. Trump is so narcissistic that he only cares about corruption and division of America, and he himself is a racist. He needs to get out of the White House. He needs to leave our nation alone. And what he needs to do is leave the White House for good. And just recently, I heard a report from the Ring of Fire. If you don't know what that is, it's a show where this guy goes on and talks about all the, stuff that's going on with the White House and the U.S. President and that stuff. And a report was made and announced that Donald J. Trump had traveled to Paris, France to visit the U.S. the ambassador's house and stole some sculptured artwork and figurines from the ambassador's house in Paris, France. Brought them all the way back on Air Force One and brought them back to the White House and put in the Oval Office. What he doesn't realize is that these statued figurines and that stuff that he stole is completely fake. And he himself is also a fake president because he is not showing that strong and positive leadership that a U.S. president should be leading. He should be taking care of the coronavirus crisis and, doing whatever he can to stop these protests, stop the division between races, and do whatever it is to actually get the police to knock off both police brutality and help this nation recover from all this. Not watching all the fireworks fly and say, oh, this is just so fun to watch. This is what the people got themselves into and that stuff. And these Americans are just so idiots. They're so much like idiots. And I don't have to do anything about it. I like sitting back in my chair and watching corruption and division. Yeah, I don't have to do anything about it. This man's a narcissist. He needs to get out of the White House. He's a fake president of the United States. And let me just be clear. I don't hate President Trump as a person. I think he's bad to actually be elected as a leader in the White House, to be put in charge of this nation. Is he, in his head, is not smart at thinking what is the right choice to take. He wants to watch division, corruption. This man does not deserve to be left in the White House. He is not fit for being reelected. And if Donald Trump does get reelected, guess what, America? It's more division and corruption, and more that you could ever possibly imagine. And if Joe Biden gets reelected, which I hope most of you vote for Joe Biden, and I'm not saying vote for Joe Biden because he is, a Democrat, alright? No, that is not the reason why I want Joe Biden elected, just because he's Democrat. Like, I don't care which party gets reelected, or which party does get elected. All I want to see is a leader that actually can fix America's problems, know what is right, and not overdo his or her power over Article 2. And this is where the people gather together to use the 25th Amendment and get Donald J. Trump out of office, because he is so corrupted. He's so impaired to thinking right. And if he gets reelected, the more he's going to downplay the coronavirus. And Joe Biden would not do that stuff. Anyway, it's your decision who you vote for. If you further the corruption and division that America is in today, then that's your problem. And you reelect Donald Trump, J. Trump, the more he's going to bring division and corruption. And he may try to slow down coronavirus vaccines. And we could not get vaccines until like the mid-2021. And this is the most frustrating point. Joe Biden would be way different. I would just hope. Just hope. You have to make the decision yourself. What do you want more? Do you want division and corruption? More in America? Vote for Donald J. Trump again and reelect him? Or if you're sick and tired of all that stuff, vote for Joe Biden. Regardless of parties, Joe Biden's more fit for the job than Donald J. Trump. You decide who you vote for. But anyway, enough about me complaining about the whole thing that's going on with America today. You decide who you vote for. I strongly encourage you to vote for Joe Biden because I believe he can take care of this crisis that America is facing right now. We've got 2 months for this. And so by far polls, Joe Biden's actually beaten Donald J. Trump. So Donald J. Trump is probably going to have to leave the White House for good. And he's not going to leave the White House quietly. According to reports on CNN. And I'm pretty sure at this point Fox News is pretty much annoyed with how corrupted this president has become. Anyway guys, this is Charles Morris. Have a good day. I'll see you all later.